Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a truly profound concept that sits right at the heart of how we all process information. Think about the last time you spent hours trying to learn something completely new. You read the article, you highlighted half the text, you probably felt incredibly productive. But did that information actually stick? Or did it just kind of slip away the moment you closed the tab? We've absolutely all been there, cramming this massive amount of data into our heads for a project, only to realize a week later that it's completely vanished. Well, today, we're transforming how you interact with information. We are moving away from that old, tired habit of passive reading, and we're stepping into a mindset of intentional design. Let's build something lasting.
Okay, let's be brutally honest for a second and dive right into this by deeply examining your current approach when you sit down with the text. Are you building your knowledge or just renting space in your brain? Really think about it. When you read, are you just borrowing facts for a quick test or, a Tuesday morning meeting, only to let them get evicted the very next week by happy hour? It's exhausting, isn't it? Constantly having to relearn the exact same concepts over and over again. But what if, instead, you were taking those facts and cementing them into a permanent structure? The source material we're looking at today challenges us to do exactly that, to stop renting and start building.
To actually pull that off, we need what our source points toward, the architect's vision. Transitioning from a passive consumer to an active builder isn't just about trying harder or drinking way more coffee. It requires a complete, structural shift in your educational vision. Think about an actual architect. A layperson looks at a pile of bricks and, just sees heavy objects sitting in the dirt. But an architect, they see a load-bearing wall. They envision the final structure. They understand exactly how the materials connect to form a cohesive whole, and they execute a highly deliberate plan. That intentionality, that overarching vision, that is exactly how you need to approach your learning materials from now on.
Our source material defines intelligent learning as the active, intentional process of constructing knowledge, moving beyond mere consumption. It frames learning not as a passive sponge just soaking up water, but as a deliberate engineering process. You see, it's not just about having a high IQ or being naturally gifted, it is about applying intelligence to the process of learning itself. You are quite literally engineering your own understanding, piece by piece. You are deciding what fits where, which concepts support the main idea, and how the entire framework stands up to scrutiny. And this creates a brilliant semantic clash at the heart of our source material. On one hand, you have the study book, or the PDF, or the dataset, which represents a static foundation and passive consumption. It's inert, it's just sitting there. But on the other hand, you have the architect, the dynamic creator engaging in active design. That's you! It's the contrast between the dead weight of paper and ink sitting on your desk versus the visionary, highly active role you have to play to bring those materials to life. The knowledge doesn't just magically jump out of the book and into your head. The book is just static potential. You are the one who has to do the heavy lifting of design. Now, every great conceptual structure needs a solid footing, right? And in our metaphorical construction site, that foundation is the study book itself. To be clear, we aren't dismissing the text at all. We're just redefining its purpose. The book isn't the master, it is the ground upon which you are going to build. But before you build, you have to know the terrain. In practical terms, knowing the terrain means surveying the landscape before you dive into the weeds. It means checking the table of contents, reading the chapter summaries, and understanding the overarching structure before you let yourself get bogged down in individual sentences. You wouldn't pour concrete without surveying the land first, would you?
So, the book contains the raw materials of knowledge. It serves as the starting point of design, and it patiently requires an active builder. It's the starting line, not the finish line. It contains the facts, the data, the arguments you need. But most importantly, it just sits there, entirely patient. A book cannot force you to understand it. It can't jump up and make you smarter. It's literally waiting for an active builder to come along, pick up those raw materials, and begin to give them a definitive, useful shape in the mind. Without you, it's just data. But with you, it becomes design.
Okay, philosophy is great and all, but an architect cannot build a skyscraper on philosophy alone. They need a blueprint. If you are going to construct permanent knowledge rather than just quickly consuming it and instantly forgetting it, you need a repeatable system. You need a practical, reliable process that you can use every single time you open a new source of information. And it doesn't matter if that's a dense academic paper or a strategic memo at work. The blueprint remains the same. By deconstructing our core text, we uncover a really clear three-phase blueprint for transforming how you process and retain information. Step 1 is the study book. This is where you gather your raw materials and understand your static foundation by surveying the terrain, just like we talked about. Step 2 is intelligent application, and honestly, this is where the real magic happens. This is where you stop reading passively and start interrogating the text. What does this actually look like? It means pausing after a paragraph and asking critical questions. How does this connect to what I already know? Or why does the author think this specific point matters? You're actively testing the materials. Finally, step 3 is architectural design. This isn't just summarizing, no, this is synthesizing everything into a new, permanent mental model that belongs entirely to you. You're drawing connections, visualizing how the concepts interact, and explaining it in your own words. By this point, you have literally built a new concept in your brain that can withstand the test of time.
And this brings us right back to our central theme, which I really want you to treat as a powerful daily mantra, the architect of intelligent learning. Every single time you sit down to study, to work, or to research, remind yourself of this title. It's a constant, grounding reminder that true understanding requires intention, structure, and above all else, ownership. You are not just some passive vessel waiting to be filled up with facts. You are the chief engineer of your own intellect.
Ultimately, the entire goal of this explainer is to challenge you to step fully into this active role. Becoming the architect isn't some one-time event. It is a habit you cultivate. It means that tomorrow morning, when you open up a 40-page market analysis, a dense coding tutorial, or some massive, intimidating spreadsheet, you don't just passively scan the words and hope for the best. No way. You pull out your blueprint, you engage with the text, you build the knowledge.
The foundation is laid out in front of you. The materials are waiting. So, we leave you with this provocative challenge for your very next learning session. The study book is open. What will you build today?